Welcome, everyone. My name is Vlad. I'm the CEO and founder of Kagi. This is our fourth end-of-year community event. Thank you all for supporting Kagi and being with us, being part of the Kagi user community. 65,000 paying customers across search, browser, and assistant. We're processing about a million queries a day. Pretty proud of that. We have presenters across the product line.
Pretty big one for us was Privacy Pass. This ultimately allows you to search Kagi in an anonymous way with a few small trade-offs, like you can't really use as many settings. You effectively download some tokens that you can get with your subscription. And locally, it does a cryptographic operation, which basically means when you go to use those searches and redeem them, we don't know who originally got the tokens, but we know that someone paid for it, and that's pretty much good enough for us. You can also combine it with Tor, which we also launched a Tor node at the same time, which basically combining Privacy Pass and Tor, it makes one of the most private search engines in the world that is also responsibly funded by its users. 2025, it kind of brought this new threat to your search quality, which is the rise of low-quality AI content from the, questionable use of LLMs and whatnot. To keep our search results best in class, we have enlisted the help of our community in this kind of slop-stop initiative. If you see anything that looks like, really low-quality AI content, you can click the little shield menu available on, search images and videos, and just hit the little report button there. And that'll queue it for us to review it in our systems, which you'll be able to control whether AI content is either downranked, removed, or you can just disable it altogether. This year we kind of built up a dedicated team for full-scale indexing of the web. We're going to do it a very Kagi way. It won't be just yet another index. It'll be really high-quality pages. To kind of complement our results and kind of reduce our dependencies on these other indexes that we use. Won't take too long before you start seeing improvements in your search results that the team has already built. So yeah, I think that about covers it. So thanks so much, everyone.
Let's talk assistance. So 2025 was a defining year for Kagi Assistance. In April, we made a big decision. We decided to make Kagi Assistant available across all subscription plans. That mattered a lot to us because it raised the bar. So broader access works if it stays sustainable. So we also started applying enforcing our fair use policy at the same time. We started building the new foundation there. So we focus on the experience. Earlier in the year, we shipped a major redesign that moved the assistant from the chatbot experience into something closer to a workspace. A big part of it is organization. So we introduce tags so you can organize your threads. We make temporary threads a concept so that when you tag your threads as temporary, they expire after 24 hours. Because none of this actually ends up mattering much if you can't evaluate what you're getting. We did listen to our users' feedback, and we made transparency in the assistant more complete in multiple ways this year. We added full thread and message cost visibility. We added proportional source attribution to help you evaluate answers and understand your sources. And that also points at the future model where content creators are fully acknowledged and repaid for the content they create in this new AI paradigm. And we continuously benchmark LLMs for multiple tasks as they come. Finally, the last pillar was a very big key milestone. So recently, as in November, we introduced our research assistant, previously known as Key. So our first assistant that was built with and for the community. And the main goal with the assistant is to move the Kagi assistant experience down to a clean choice. So you use quick for everyday questions where speed matters, and you switch to research when stakes are higher, you want more depth. To wrap it up, 2026 will be about what we build on top of these pillars, and we really want to thank everyone who gave feedback this year. This roadmap really was shaped by you.
This is Kagi for Libraries. We're in nearly 20 libraries with a patron reach of over 100,000 people. And so please, tell your local library about Kagi for Libraries. It's a free program. There's free search during the pilot. It's open to all public, academic, and specialized libraries. And you can find out more information by going to kagi.com/libraries. Next, I want to talk about education, since this is kind of something dear to me. we think of kind of this is one of the best ways that we can positively impact the future by focusing on children, students. They're our legacy. And so what's the mission of Kagi for Education? Well, we're building tools to empower the next generation of innovators to cultivate deep focus in a noisy digital world. This is really important, especially in this day and age where everybody's lobbying for your attention and eyeballs. And so our educational products will protect students from digital distraction, help them find genuine, trustworthy information, and develop the skills for sustained meaningful learning. We're going to be taking some of the tools that we already have and bringing it down to the level of students, as well as release some new tools. And as part of the first kind of product out of Kagi for Education is Slop Detective. Slop Detective is a free educational game from Kagi Game Design Studios. Kidding on that last part. But aimed at kids starting at ages 8 to 10, where they learn to spot AI slop. And this was soft launch at the end of last month in coordination with the Slop Stop initiative, but directed at younger kiddos. And the goal is to help them think deeper about the content they consume or are exposed to on the internet. So kids can join the fight and save us from the slop syndicate, where we have these villains that have these special powers that they put out low quality AI generated content like fake facts, overly wordy text, visual glitches, and more. There's a whole bunch. The goal is to teach kids the habit of scrutiny, to pause, to look closely, to ask questions. And we think that all of these skills really transfers to all kinds of online content, including understanding when you're being targeted by ads or when you're experiencing misinformation. So please try it out, slopdetective.kagi.com. It's available on the Google Play Store and the App Store. Let us know what you think.
I'm going to talk to you about 3 products that were launched or improved this year. But before that, a very short update about Orion Linux. Our world domination won't stop at macOS, right? So that's why we are currently working to release Orion on Linux. All Orion Plus subscribers will be invited in the coming days to try it out. Final version should be released in April. And you can follow orionbrowser.com to stay updated, or our x.com. So let's talk about Kagi Translate. This year the tool has truly evolved. It's no longer a simple translator. It has grown into a powerful, serious competitor to the biggest names in the industry. We have fundamentally upgraded the core experience. For text, you now have on-device story and favorite. But we went further by adding context, genre, and we also gave dictionary its own space, complete with etymology, pronunciation, synonyms, and specialized support for the nuances of Slavic and Asian languages. And we have added a dedicated proofreading feature to help you craft the perfect message every time. So yeah, to make all of this accessible everywhere, we have already launched a browser extension for Chrome, Firefox, and Opera. It offers an immersive experience, allowing you to translate tweets, comments, or messages on LinkedIn, Reddit, or WhatsApp with a single click. And we are not stopping there. A dedicated mobile app is on the way, and Orion Browser will see even deeper integration very soon. New Kagi products released this year. News! We all know the feeling of being overwhelmed by the non-stop news cycle. That's why with news we decide to do something different. We build an app that imposes a strict limit by design. Instead of endless feed, our AI carefully selects up to 12 balanced stories. By synthesizing multiple perspectives into a single, neutral overview, we make sure you stay informed without losing track of your time. And to help you stay focused, we only provide a single update per day. Another project we are proud of this year is Summarize. And as the name suggests, it does exactly that, but with a level of intelligence that changes how you browse. We have all been there. You click on an article looking for a simple answer, but you have to wade through 2 paragraphs of intro, 3 paragraphs of history, and an endless filler just to find the information buried at the very bottom. It's frustrating and it's a waste of your time. Summarize, clean all that up. It cuts through the noise to deliver only what's relevant. And if you are looking at top 10 list of cameras, for example, you can switch to key points node, no fluff, just the result you actually care about. And if you are diving to something very fascinating but very dense, like an article of Antimatter, you can use the Explain Like I'm 5 mode, LE5 for short. It doesn't just shorten the text, it adds some context to help you truly grasp complex subjects. Summarize is completely free on iOS and Android apps, and here too you have a roadmap next year with lots of new features.
A lot of work has went into improving Kagi Maps, the inline map. Basically, the main goal of our architectural redesign was surfacing the map faster, better performance, better reliability, and a faster pipeline from development to distribution of new features. So we work off of a fork of the Mapbox standard style. So we've forked off of it, made our own design using it. And one of the layers that we've utilized in there is the global landmarks. So trying to not just, be able to identify regions at a glance from looking at roadways, but being able to see landmark features of kind of places to go, places to check out. At the highest zoom level, we are integrating the high definition roadways across the globe. So being able to see the number of lanes, turn lanes, bicycle lanes, more clearly identifying pedestrian-friendly zones like crosswalks. We've also created what we call our global popular areas data layer. And what it does is it programmatically will look at locally owned cafes, restaurants, cultural centers, being able to turn on a layer and just try and find out where are the walkable neighborhoods? Where do people tend to congregate? Where can I just not just search something, but wander the street and maybe find a park, a local business, something or other like that. Finally, adding support for the OpenStreetMap base map. We want to deepen our ties with OpenStreetMap more directly to the user. This is a much lighter weight version of the map.
This year, Orion officially exited beta when we released version 1.0 on November 25, making Orion fast and dependable enough to last for me for the long term. That's what 1.0 really means for us. To get there, we kept pushing updates, like 64 releases across macOS and iOS, over 1,200 fixes and improvements, where more than 700 of those came directly from user reports. One of the biggest visual shifts was moving fully to new Liquid Class UI. The challenge was not about doing something new. It was about feeling modern and native on macOS without losing what our power users care about. We redesigned tab groups. Like tabs are where people spend most of their time in a browser. We redesigned the tab group switcher so all tab groups live in vertical tabs and switching between them is as simple as swipe. We did some big refactors this year to achieve better stability, and as a result, we saw 70% fewer daily crashes, major gain with hundreds of tabs, and much faster launch time with large sessions, which was kind of frustrating previously. Taking security even more seriously, We fixed a range of security issues, things like accesses, permissions, and UI spoofing, and some PDF-related RCEs. We also added native support for Privacy Pass and improved our built-in content blocker, reducing rule size by 50% and making YouTube ad blocking works better. Orion 1.0, we are not saying we are done. We are saying the foundation is finally where it needs to be. None of this would have been possible without the community, your bug reports, your patience, and your high standards. So thank you all for your continued support.
That wraps up our end of year community event. Thanks for joining us and enjoy the holidays. See you next year.